So, you're thinking about moving to Tennessee. Hey, you're definitely not alone. It's an amazing state, but with so many incredible cities, you've got to wonder, which one is actually the right financial fit? In this explainer, we are going to put 3 of Tennessee's heavy hitters head-to-head and see exactly where your money goes the furthest.
All right, let's get right to it. Knoxville, Nashville, or Chattanooga. Which one is the smartest move for your bank account? To figure this out, we're diving deep into some fantastic data from the real estate pros at Hutch & Howard. They've crunched all the numbers, and trust me, what they found might just surprise you. First up, the big one, the thing that matters most to almost everyone, housing.
Yep, let's talk about the price of a home. This is, for most of us, the absolute biggest factor in our budget. It's the one number that can make or break a move, you know? So let's see just how these 3 cities stack up against each other.
Whoa. Okay, these numbers really tell a story, don't they? Look at Knoxville, a median home price of $350,000. Pretty reasonable. Chattanooga is just a little bit higher at $375,000. But then you get to Nashville. We're talking $475,000. That is $125,000 more than Knoxville. And if you're renting, you're looking at an extra $500 a month. That is a massive difference.
And seeing it laid out like this on a bar chart, man, it just puts that price gap into sharp focus. That huge spike for Nashville, that's exactly why so many people who feel priced out of that market start looking toward Knoxville. Your dollar just stretches so much further.
But hey, we all know a house is way more than just the mortgage payment, right? You've got all these other costs that can sneak up on you. Property taxes, utilities, you name it. So let's pull back the curtain on some of those hidden expenses and see how our cities compare there.
Let's start with property taxes. Now, that little 0.07% difference between Knox County and Davidson County, it might not look like much, but let's do the math. On that median $475,000 home in Nashville, you'd be paying over $300 more in taxes every single year than you would on a same-priced home in Knoxville. And over 30 years, that's almost 10 grand in savings right there.
And the savings don't stop with property taxes. Nope. From your power bill to your daily commute, Knoxville just keeps coming out ahead on affordability. While folks in Nashville are often dealing with serious traffic and paying more at the pump, Knoxville's more compact layout means you spend less time and less money just getting around town.
So, we've looked at housing, we've looked at taxes, we've looked at daily expenses, but how does it all come together? What's the big picture? Well, lucky for us, there's a score for that. An index that basically boils everything down into one simple number we can use to compare.
So here's how it works. The national average cost of living is set at a baseline of 100. Anything below that means a city is cheaper than average. And hey, good news. All 3 of our Tennessee cities are below average, which is awesome. Nashville is just a little under at 98.2. Chattanooga is even better at 91.4. But then there's Knoxville, which is kind of in a whole other league.
Just look at that number, 88.6. That means when you factor in absolutely everything, housing, food, healthcare, the whole shebang, Knoxville is a whopping 11% cheaper than the average city in the U.S. That is not just a little more affordable. That's a total game changer for your budget.
Okay, numbers and percentages are great and all, but what does this actually mean for a real person, for a family trying to make a move? How does this financial difference actually feel when you're living it day to day? Let's look at a real-world example from the source material. I mean, think about that for a second. What would you do with an extra $120,000? Because that's exactly what one nurse saved on a comparable home just by making the move from Nashville to Knoxville. That's not just a number on a page. That's life-changing money. That's college funds, that's retirement, that's peace of mind.
But you know, it's about more than just the money. As that same nurse said, I got more than a house. I got breathing room. Wow. That really says it all, doesn't it? It's about having the financial freedom to actually live your life, not just get by.
And this brings us to a really important idea from Hutch & Howard. See, the goal isn't just to find the cheapest city. It's about finding the best overall value. And they define value as that perfect sweet spot, that balance of affordability, a great quality of life, and solid resale potential down the road. And by that measure, Knoxville is the clear winner.
So at the end of the day, as you're thinking about your next move, you have to ask yourself this question. Are you just looking for the cheapest option, or are you looking for the smartest investment in your future? Each of these cities is incredible in its own way, for sure. But if your goal is to make your dollar work as hard as possible for the long haul, all the data seems to be pointing in one direction.
Knoxville.